Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. And visiting from Legion of Men. All of a sudden, it's a problem, huh?
Check this out.
34-year-old Carly Goodrow appears to be in great shape physically, but financially, it's been a struggle.
This one is just super relatable.
The business coach and content creator has been documenting the ups and downs.
I am 34 years old. I just
Fitness coach and content creator. So you're fucking useless.
moved back in with my parents for a few months with my 2 golden retrievers.
So this is the room?
Why the fuck do you have 2 golden retrievers if you can't even afford anything? Golden retrievers are pretty pricey dogs. And not just that, they're pricey dogs to own.
And they don't call this failure to launch. The first thing I notice is that this is not a failure to launch. You're not a loser. You moved back in at 34 with your parents. You're tatted up. You got 2 dogs. I want to see if they spin this positively. I haven't watched a single second of this shit.
This is the room.
And then this is the workspace.
This is my office.
Kill myself.
It looks terrible right now.
When you think about what you imagine for your life at 34,
They're making whole news segments about this shit. This is newsworthy, that 34-year-old woman moving back with her parents?
was it this?
No, definitely not. What are you doing?
Before moving back home, Carly says she was living with her boyfriend in South Carolina on a $60,000 a year salary. But
Should have held on to his ass.
after they broke up, she couldn't afford to pay rent alone.
To be able to afford that on top
Damn, bro. Imagine the leeching. Like that dude was holding it together. Then he goes off. That dude's free as a bird right now. And then
That guy is probably living life. My man.
she ended up regressing back to living with her parents, mooching off the parents. Crazy.
of like your student loans, a car payment. It's really hard to function off of anything, I believe, like less than 85K.
According to Realtor.com, a record 25.2 million adults.
Damn. Yo, you want a 34-year-old post-wall 2-dog debt-having ass woman? You're going to need to make minimum 85K a year. Where's my shit?
Bruh.
Jeez Louise.
Under 30.
I mean, Bo isn't wrong, right? Like the what is it called? The whole-flation of everything is just ridiculous. To get a used post-wall, what? I have to make at least what?
5 were living with their parents in 2025. That's more than any point on record, including the COVID-19 pandemic peak.
Society as a whole.
That's a good point. It said, and obviously women need brand new cars. You saw the Jeep she was in? Yeah, she had a new Jeep.
Has to respond.
Wharton School of Business professor Susan Wachter has been studying this trend.
It's affordability across the board. It's not just price of the home and the mortgage.
You ready to show me?
Carly's parents say they welcome the full house. 4 adults, 4 dogs, crossing paths once again.
It was so funny.
Now, Kyle, Carly's brother.
See, this thing isn't even a thing in Asian countries, or not Asian households. Like, yeah, we want you to move back. Come on back so we can help take care of the kids. You know, like my aunts have helped raise all of my cousins' kids because they live with them. My cousins were able to excel in business and things because they had their parents live with them and help take care of the grandkids. That's just how generational households work, and it worked very well for my family. It's doing horrible for all the other families out there that don't do it.
Was already living at home. He's 33. This is
Jesus, bro. Hey, is this a sign of a growing nation?
was happening before his sister moved in, but we've got some good news to report. Carly said after being able to save up enough money, she will be comfortably moving out in November. The key word there, comfortably. She has enough money.
Fantastic. I'm sure her parents will be happy about that as well, maybe.
I'm sure they will.
All right, Jerika, thank you very much.
See, my parents would have been like, fuck no. I'm like, what, you're leaving again? Why? Why are you wasting all that money out there? That's literally what my parents would say.
Young people right now are really struggling, and this data shows it. Only about 30% of people that are in their high 30s to 40 or younger are able to cover everyday expenses and bills without a major strain on their financial stability. That's pretty low. Overall, 34% of adults say they are living comfortably. Keep in mind that this means that about 66% of US adults are not living comfortably. And how many people age 30 or below could afford a home? You would hope to be getting a starter home, maybe having a family, definitely by age
Shit, I can't afford a home.
30. Well, only about 20% of Americans aged 30 or below are able to own a home. This is not good. This could also explain why the birth rate is so low, because people just simply can't afford to own a home or have
These
kids.
numbers are insane. Did you see how insane these numbers are? Roughly 20% of Americans age 30 and under currently own a home. And of those, how many were helped by family? So to get
A lot of them definitely inherited.
get it on your own, to go get a job fresh out of school with the debt you have and whatever else you've incurred over time, how many people without help from the parents already have gotten a house?
I highly doubt very many that didn't get any help.
Those numbers have to be like 5%, dude. 5%. That makes sense, right? 5%, because you imagine these are the gifted ones in society that have went to the best schools, that came out year one making like 160 plus bonuses at the firms they're working at.
Nepotism with certain firms, certain companies too.
Just super high paying jobs and shit. And 5% seems about what the real world number would be like for those people that are able to actually afford a home independently of the family. So,
like even me, when I bought the the donut shop, I still wasn't independent. Even when I do things, it's still not going to be independent. My family is always going to assist, like, because it just makes things easier for me. If I was to buy a home and they say it was 800 grand, I only had 200 grand, I might go get 200 grand from my cousin or from my aunt. Why? Just to lower the interest rate and lower everything else and not pay interest on that 200 grand. Just to make my life a little easier, I pay them off back on their end and pay off my loan at the same time. It's a win-win. Sometimes it's, you know, I even pay them back a little bit of interest.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well for, I mean, starting a family, getting married, having children. None of that shit is going to work with these kinds of numbers. God, dude.
Yeah, he's right, because none of my family members were able to buy a house on their own without family intervention. But again, how my family operates is as soon as one person's buying a house, they kind of all intervene in a sense.
Horrendous. These are horrendous statistics. It doesn't bode well for the country. You know, and then when you look on TV, the politicians tell us that, hey, the economy's never been better. The Dow is over 50,000. The Dow has gone up, you know.
So rich people are rich.
That's not a good sign. The dollar's getting cheaper versus assets. That's the dollar devaluing itself. It's not that value was created in the Dow itself. It's not that these companies are reporting like record numbers of earnings, anything like that. Aside from the bubble of AI, which may not turn out to be a bubble in the future, we don't know. It depends what's going to go on with all that shit. And, you know, compute constraints. So NVIDIA's printing money because they're creating everything. They're selling the shovels. But apart from that sector of the economy, the rest of the economy is not doing that good. Consumer spending is down. Jobs are down. Unemployment is...
Like my donut shop took a big hit this month. I mean, hot summers is not a great for donut shops either. But yeah, I took a pretty, like, I think like a 40% hit last month.
Up. Unaffordability is marked like a new all-time high. Housing market is absolutely going bonkers right now. There are more houses on the market right now than I believe 08, 09. There's less buyers than there's ever been. There are more houses for sale that are not getting bought up. People are aggressively cutting houses because who the fuck wants to pay at these interest rates? So interest rates alone are keeping people out of housing. People are drowning in car debt. Like that other video we watched, people are paying $1,200, $1,800 for trucks. Think of any other luxury car in general. That one is like...
The truck thing is interesting to me because most people definitely do not need a truck.
That one's stupid and self-inflicted, the car, but the house is not. The house is you missed the market. There's nothing you can do about it. So you can rag on people for their spending habits on vehicles, for sure. You could get a bucket to get you from A to B. But there's no bucket house. There's no starter homes anymore. And they want $500,000 for the starter home. And they will build nothing but luxury.
Dude, $500,000 for that starter home. It's probably 100 years old and needs everything redone.
Luxury, high end, townhouses, apartments, or McMansions. So you're priced out of everything. No one's coming out of school. And even 10 years into your job, when you're in your 30s, combining with your wife or whoever, if you even happen to have one. So first of all, the whole combined, the dual income household shit, that's also going away because there's just not many people getting into relationships anymore like that. So the dual income that was probably holding it together, say for the last 30 years, has started to vanish recently. So now you have adults that are truly independent in like a meat wagon dating environment where everybody's just swapping bodies constantly. Nobody is serious in moving in and nesting together and any of that shit. So you have true unaffordability. Before you could cheat the system by going in dual income with your woman. There's no woman for men today. There is none. Now you're expected to take care of the woman, pay for all her shit and all that stuff. Because what do you bring to the table? Boss babe, or the trad wife LARP like we saw the other day. All that shit is where the man is footing the bill. So you're expected to now in the modern economy foot the bill for everything because, their shit doesn't stink and they, just float through the air. It's like magic. They're angelic. They can't boil water properly. So the expectations are completely blown out from the economy and women. And so men are left holding the bag. Dude, you're working, paying taxes into a system that's elbowed you out of a life, which is insane. And the only way to have something affordable is to move out to the boondocks somewhere? Way out.
Or you work your ass off to make massive amounts of money.
Out there in the boonies in some state that has barely any people there. Like you got to go to Wyoming or some shit out there in the middle of nowhere to afford something. And but the jobs aren't there.
No.
None of the high paying jobs are in the areas that are cheap. That's the problem. And there's no hose where it's cheap either. So if you got no woman and then you move out to the boonies to save some money, you're dying alone for sure. There's no bitches, bro. You got no bitches in the boonies. It's just you, the goats, and your chickens. And that's it.
At JRob Detailing Ireland donated €5. Hi, Bo. Thanks for the content. I enjoy it while I detail. I didn't go to college and working hard and getting good money for what I do. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, brother. Good shit. Hope you own
I went to college, but I did not graduate. It ended up okay for me.
that detailing business. Make your bread, dude. Be your own man. It's a great way. Says, hey, the goats like me, though. Yeah, well, goats don't pay the rent. Unless you videotape your goats, they're funny, and they bring in millions of views, then that's dope. You're good to go then. But, yeah.
That is one thing about content creation. You can literally create content about almost anything, and you still might be able to make it.
Yeah, it's not looking good for anybody. I mean, the liberal cucks are living in their blue cities. They can't afford shit. They're so depressed they cut their dicks and their tits off.
Yeah, it's funny because I live in California, right? But I do live in OC, which is the conservative bedrock in Southern California, and I love it here. And at least in OC, I hate almost every other county around me. San Diego's okay too.
They mutilate themselves. They're on all sorts of pills. They're depressed as their art degrees and history degrees and gender studies aren't paying for shit. So they're completely toast. MAGA tards out there in the countryside, somehow okay. Land is cheap enough. Housing is cheap enough there. They still got women. They don't hate each other. The conservatives at least still got a little something going on. Something. And will survive the coming economic apocalypse much better than the blue libs. So, yeah, the conservatives are going to out.
I also think, families that are very family oriented are going to survive. They're going to be able to do everything, right? Because they're going to support each other through all of this. And how individual we are now in the United States, everybody that's not within those types of families are all going to struggle by themselves.
Breed, liberals, it doesn't matter. Liberals are a dying breed. That's why they go after kids. We all know that already. They don't even have their own kids. But, someone said 2050 is going to suck. I think 2030 is going to suck for a lot of people. I think 4 more years of AI is where a lot of white collar is going to disappear. Yeah. I think 4 more years of AI is where blue collar begins to get threatened by automatons of some sort. Yeah, we are 4 years away from an incredible new economic reality that I don't think most people are ready for. And I don't even think most people honestly, they're too much. They're too goyish. I'm just being real. The goys are out of control, dude. They only care about basketball, football, what they see on CNN, Fox News, the latest shit.
I also agree the being just invested in the sports and all these other things isn't the business. Like, sure, you can enjoy these things. I'm not saying you can't, but you should be focused on making it in life. And making it in life means you have a good amount of money.
They scroll through on their timeline, slop, bro. The goys are done. It's just pure destruction. Total goyish defeat is happening. I'm telling you. You're not going to survive if you're on the propaganda slop train. You need to get on this AI shit. This is why we're talking about it. Yeah, bread and circuses. We're talking about it all the time in the private community. How to code with AI. How to get a harness up and running. You can now put on your machine, depending on what you have, local AI. So you're only paying for electricity. Now, there's a lot of interesting stuff. Somebody mentioned Minimax H3. Do you guys even know what Minimax H3 is? Let me show you guys just real quick before we get into the next video here, because I don't really think you guys know what's capable. I think on X actually would be better. What the f is that? Holy shit, bro!
I'm fortunate enough to have my best friend work for AI. He just kind of guides me, and like this, we should be focusing on these things. He doesn't tell me anything because, you know, contractually he really can't say much. But he'll be like, we need to pay attention to this. And then we do. And then we kind of invest or, you know, pay more attention and learn about those things. You have to move with the tide. You have to be a ship. You cannot be a rock. The rock is going to just get buried under the water. You have to be a ship. You have to be buoyant. You have to be able to go up and down with the curves, the tides, the waves.
I spell. Yeah. Let me search Minimax H3. This is what this guy made.
Go away.
As you wish.
Bro, you can run that on a local machine. I think the guy said it took him like 5 minutes to generate that locally, free on just electricity. One shot Minimax H3 generation. Let's see, what is this?
False. So this autonomous agent just writes the code for you? False. A shroot never surrenders his cognitive dominance to an algorithm.
I didn't give a fuck about The Office, but okay. I guess that's cool. This guy has a 3060. It took him 33 minutes for these 5 seconds. I don't know what's going on there. Friends. Here we go.
Could AI replace us? Joey, AI cannot replace you. Nothing can replace you. Because I'm too good? Sure. Let's go with that.
Dude, you can't tell. You can't tell, guys.
Can't.
I don't even know what that is.
I already said I'm stupid enough to barely able to tell some of this shit.
People are already going to start making movies here real soon.
You look lonely.
That's great.
Minimax can fix that.
That's so good, dude.
You look lonely.
Holy shit. It's over. This was made with Minimax.
No, I'm glad Bo was kind of go over this. Yes, men really need to adapt. You have to adapt to AI. You have to adapt to all of these things. You have to be learning and growing with it. You cannot ignore it.
What is this? What the hell?
This is even the stuff that's just out in public. My best friend has access to things that are not out in public, and that shit's even more crazier. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Catch you guys next time. Ciao.